Hey, true believers, Chris Mack coming at you today with The Nice House on the Lake, Book 3. And I've been meaning to get back into this series, but trying to find this particular issue was a pain in the ass. Both locally, I looked all over the place, and then on Amazon, someone sent me the wrong book. Had to send that back and had to find another retailer online that had this for a decent price. Yeah, couldn't believe it. So I was just like, damn, whatever. But with that said, we kind of get the idea of this series where there's a mysterious creature named Walter, who invites all these friends that he's known through his life to this cabin, saying it's supposed to be a weekend getaway, but you come to find out that he's actually saving them from the apocalypse. And now everyone does not know how to deal with this. Last issue, this character here, his name's Mike, I believe he's a reporter, fled the lake house, walked along and found these mysterious symbols outside. He wanted to push one over, but in doing so, it allowed him to see what was going on in the outside world, and he saw the twisted, mangled bodies of people that he loved, neighbors, and just the human race in general. And he just cannot cope with why Walter saved him. So we go back into his past, and he's talking about how Walter reached out to him after not talking to him for years and years, asking how he was. And Walter always had this sort of insecurity about him, making sure everybody was happy, trying to make sure that all his friends stayed connected somehow. And now they're thinking back, they're saying things make more sense. And of course, the artwork is spot on. It's grungy. It feels like you're reading some sort of drama. And what I want to know is because this is the third time we've showcased someone at the beginning, and we're just getting these really bright reds. So I don't know if that's just an art choice or if someone actually sets the lake house on fire. I'm assuming we'll find out later in the series. But for now, issue 3. This is James Tynion IV writing, Alvaro Martinez Bueno, artist and cover artist, Jordi Bellel colors, and World Design doing the lettering. And there's everyone else working on the book. And again, I love how when they do the intro like this, it looks like you're getting ready to watch a TV show or a movie, and it just has that nice, eerie feeling about them. So here we see Mike, 4 days in, not able to sleep. His partner asks him what's wrong. He's like, I'm not okay. And then we come over to these characters, and I cannot remember their names. But last issue, Walter approaches him and says, listen, in order for this to work, there needs to be structure, or else people are going to start losing their minds. And so here you see him and I can't remember if it's his wife or his girlfriend or life mate, whatever it is. She's cooking breakfast. She goes, I didn't say that we should all watch a movie tonight. We have a whole movie theater, and like every movie you'd ever heard of, we don't need to watch a Disney movie. Didn't say it had to be Disney, just saying that it should be something nice. No horror, no death, something feel good maybe. A comedy. And Mike's like, what are you talking about? And like, oh, hey, we're getting ready to take one of the boats out, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah, that's good. I think we need to get a sense of the space that we're in and what's all inside. Maybe a few people can stay behind and put together an inventory. And this character, again, I apologize, I don't remember their names. He goes, actually, I was thinking maybe let's table all that for a second. What? I put my phone and my computer away, and I was thinking about taking some beers and some snacks and just enjoying the open lake a bit. Are you fucking kidding me, Rick? Rick's his name. We're all scared, Sam. Okay, well, this guy's name's Sam. I thought it was Mike. So it's Sam. He goes, we're all scared, Sam, but we're not helping anyone by letting it consume us. I think getting a sense of space and doing an inventory are both great ideas, and we should do them. But if we get started on that tomorrow, like doing day on, day off. Then she's saying here, you guys don't have to do what we're doing. She's going to just thought some structure might be helpful to some of us. And this is what Rick and I are doing today. The rest of you can join us or not, do as you please. But I'm going to be starting cooking dinner at 6, and I would like a few extra hands. Now, what really makes this book for me is the fact that there's these little nuanced moments where after Rick's partner tells how she's going to be starting dinner at 6, you see that he's getting ready to squeeze the chair, and Arturo, his partner, says, don't. I'm going to get some air, and he just blows out of the kitchen, heads outside, and you could just tell that what he saw on that statue out on the outside world is just tearing him apart. And I can't remember, I think her name was Sarah, I'm not 100% sure, but she was the one that we met in the first issue, and she's like, what'd you see when you touched it? He says, what does he say? The block I grew up in Milwaukee, the neighbors' kids' bodies in the streets, wriggling on the ground, their bodies merging together. Fire in the sky. Didn't feel like a nice breakfast? We should be talking about rationing. We don't even know all the supplies we have on hand. Everyone's eating eggs like we have an infinite supply, but I haven't seen any chickens. She goes, what'd she say? Rick was saying that he doesn't think Walter would let us starve. And here he's had it. Oh, good, he's not going to let us. How fucking reassuring. Sorry, I don't know you very well. I'm afraid I'm like this at my best at times. And you just see the anguish that he is going through. And so he just goes out walking the perimeter, trying to figure out what this is all about. And I love the little distortion that they do for the force field. He's walking along it. You can see that Walter's monitoring him. And here, these panels, what I enjoy the most is the fact that Tynion just lets the art do the storytelling. You just see a wide shot of him standing in the forest, checking how he's blocked against the rest of the world. And then one little dialogue, it stings. Walter kind of monitoring him, see what he's doing. Everyone on the lake drinking beer, having a good time. And he's just continuing being the reporter that he is, seeing more statues, which leads him to want to walk the whole island to see the scope of what they're dealing with. He tells his partner, I'm doing this because we're in a fucking prison. It's a nice prison, but we're fucking stuck here, and I will not just sit back and watch movies and have nice dinners and fuck around like it's not the end of the world. There's answers out there, not in this fucking house. And so he tells Arturo, he goes, you stay. And being the reporter, I like that he starts taking journals, taking photos, making sketches, asking questions, which leads him to this. And I don't know if this is paint or 3D model. I'd like to think that this is paint, because if that's cool, that's a very nice use of abstract, or not, contrasting colors, I think's the word, where it's just black with these whites. And so it'd be really cool if that was not, what do you call it, 3D model, but just this vast emptiness, and it just raises more questions. What are these symbols? What does the statue mean? And so he's just going along through the day, categorizing it, sees a diagram and goes, so this is the house, and that's whatever this is. But it's too far beyond his comprehension of what's going on, especially with the trauma of what's happening outside this world. And he just throws all these clues. He goes, I don't know what this means. I don't know what any of this fucking shit means. And he just kind of goes into despair. So you can start seeing all the different, what are those? Not coping, but when someone passes, grief. The stages of grief about bargaining. We haven't seen acceptance yet to a degree. But here you see the anger, and the color palette really shows. He goes, Walter, I know you're in there. Fucking answer me, please. I'm talking to you. You pushed me to come. Why would you do that? Why would you ever think I could live like this? They're all dead. They're all dead, and you fucking killed them, you monster. I should be out there like everyone else. I didn't ask for this. I didn't want this. Why did you invite me? You just feel this pain. And as he goes to give up, we are introduced with a teaser, which I'm not going to go over. Just make sure you pay attention to that reflection. And the only one I said the little bit of acceptance is at the end. Arturo says, did you find what you're looking for? I found all I was going to find. Now let's go home. So it continues. The mystery, the plot continues to thicken. And you can just see how everyone's dealing with all these traumas that they've seen through that statue of everyone that know they love dying, and how some people are trying to keep from this whole thing falling apart and then tearing into each other, while others are like, Why are we living in a fantasy? There's something going on, and we got to figure out why we were chosen to stay alive. So there's that survivor guilt also being put into play here. So a lot of stress, a lot of tension, and I can't wait to see how this continues to explode in this powder keg that is the nice house on the lake. So if you've enjoyed what you've seen, please first and foremost support your local comic shop or wherever it is you like to pick up your comics and figures and grab this series, whether the individual issues or a collected trade. And if you've enjoyed this review, we really would appreciate if you take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. Helps the club channel more than you could possibly know. And if you don't mind hitting that fancy little Walter bell next to subscribe, that way we can continue to upload content, you guys get notified, come to the channel, and we love talking with y'all and hearing your thoughts and feedback down in the comments below or our social media pages, which I'll make sure to leave the links down in the description. So with all that said, thank you so much for stopping by. Hope y'all continue to have an absolutely amazing day reading, and happy hunting, true believers.